A foundational idea in building mathematical models is that nature can't be affected by our choice of arbitrary variables. This comes in when we think about statistical mechanics and partition functions and populations. We can imagine two different systems. These will be two-level systems. One where we place the bottommost level at energy 0 and the top at epsilon. Another where we place the bottom at some value delta, and this is delta plus epsilon. We can write down the partition functions for each of these two systems. In this case, Q is going to be e to the minus 0 over kt plus e to the minus epsilon over kt, which is just 1 plus e to the minus e over kt. In my other case where I've shifted the 0 of energy, I still write down Q as being e to the minus delta over kt plus e to the minus epsilon plus delta over kt. But through the miracle of exponentials, this becomes e to the minus delta over kt plus e to the minus delta over kt, e to the minus epsilon over kt. We can now factor out the e to the minus delta over kt, and we get 1 plus e to the minus epsilon over kt. So the exact value of the partition function has changed. It's being multiplied by a fact that represents the difference in my 0 energy. But if we look at probabilities, the things we can actually measure, the number in the ground state is going to be e to the minus 0 over kt all over 1 plus e to the minus epsilon over kt, which is 1 over 1 plus e to the minus epsilon over kt. Over here, the number in the ground state is going to be e to the minus delta over kt over the partition function, which is e to the minus delta over kt, 1 plus e to the minus epsilon over kt, but now my factors of delta cancel, and I get 1 over 1 plus e to the minus epsilon over kt. And so my population numbers, the things that I can actually measure, are identical for the ground state depending on, or independent of where I have set the 0 of my energy. It's also worth quickly noting that if we look at t equals 0, or I guess we should say t approaching 0, well, e to the minus epsilon over kt